Hi everyone. Today I'd like to do a walkthrough of the AP Calculus AB 2025 FRQ section. So we'll go ahead and get started. An invasive species of plant appears in a fruit grove at time t equals 0 and begins to spread. The function c, defined by c of t is equal to 7.6 arctan of 0.2 t, models the number of acres in the fruit grove affected by the species t weeks after this species appears. It can be shown that c prime of t is equal to 38 over 25 plus t squared. Okay, so part A, find the average number of acres affected by the invasive species from time t equals 0 to time t equals 4 weeks. Show the setup for your calculations. So because we're dealing with average, I can go ahead and say, so I'll just write 1A. I can go ahead and say average is equal to 1 over b minus a, and take the integral of a to b and c of t dt, okay? So since the function c of t is equal to 7.6 arctan of 0.2 t, I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And because it's going from 0 to 4 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and say 4 minus 0 here. And from 0 to 4. I'm going to go ahead and put 7.6. Oops, sorry. 7.6. Arc10 can also be represented like this. And 0.2 t and dt. And this is equal to 2.778 acres. Okay. All right. Moving on to B. Find the time t when the instantaneous rate of change of c equals the average rate of change of c over the time intervals 0 to 4. Show the setup for calculations. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say 1b. So c of 4, and c of 0, and 4 minus 0. This, we're trying to determine for what value of the t here, c prime of t, is equal to this. Okay. And all you got to do is plug in the 4 here. So 7.6 arctan of 0.2 times 4 minus 7.6, and arctan of, I'm going to just say 0 here because 0.2 times 0 is obviously going to be 0, and this divided by 4 minus 0. So this is going to equal 1.282. Okay. And we want to find where 38 over 25 plus g squared is equal to 1.282. And I just plugged this in my calculator and I got like around t is equal to 2.154 seconds. Moving on to 1c. Assume that the invasive species continues to spread according to the given model for all times t is greater than zero. Write a limit expression that describes the end behavior of the rate of change in the numbers of acres affected by the species. Evaluate this limit expression. So we're looking for what will happen if when I send the limit t to infinity of c prime of t. Okay, now look closely here. If the t approaches to infinity, we're going to have some very large number here, right? So what I mean is like if I put, let's say, like a t of a huge number inside here for 38 over 25 plus t squared, that will approach to zero, right? So that case, all you got to do is just write zero here. Okay. All right. Moving on to 1D. At time t equals 4 weeks after the invasive species appears in the fruit grove, measures are taken to counter the spread of the species. The function a, defined by a of t is equal to c of t minus the integral of 4 to t, 0.1 ln of x dx, models the number of acres affected by the species over the time interval 4 to 36. At what time t for 4 to 36 does a attain its maximum value? Justify your answer. So, we're looking for the maximum here, right? So I would say first to write dA dt is equal to zero. And we need to find where t, so what value of t where the dA dt is equal to zero. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take the derivative of a with respect to t. So we know that a of t is equal to c of t minus this one over here. Okay. Now, dA dt, which is equivalent as a prime, is equal to c prime of t minus, take out the integral, so 0.1 ln of t. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put what c prime of t is. So 38 divided by 25 plus t squared and minus 0.1 ln of t, and set that equal to zero. And for when I punch this in my calculator, I get a t value of 11.4 seconds. Also, if you want to explain like what this means, I'm going to say when, oops, t is equal to 11.44 seconds, the sign of a prime of t changes from positive to negative. Thus, at t is equal to 11.44 seconds, uh, we get, oh, sorry, A attains its maximum value. Okay. All right. Moving on. The shaded region R is bounded by the graphs of functions f and g, where f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x and g of x is equal to x plus sine pi x, as shown in the figure. Find the area of R. Show the setup for your calculations. Okay, so we're going to go to question 2 here. 2a. Since the height is going to be the top one minus the bottom one, I'm going to go ahead and say that the area from 0 to 3 is going to be g of x minus f of x and then dx. And if I say 0 to 3 and x plus sine pi of x minus x squared minus 2x dx. Punch this in your calculator and you'll get 5.137. Okay. All right, moving on to 2b. Region R is the base of a solid. For this solid, at each x, the cross-section perpendicular to the x-axis is a rectangle with height x and base in region R. Find the volume of the solid. Show the setup for your calculations. So from geometry, we know that area of a rectangle is going to be base times height. And base is going to be x in this case. And the height is g of x minus f of x. Okay. And we can go ahead and set up the integral because we're adding up all of this from 0 to 3. And we're going to say x. And I'm going to go ahead and say g of x minus f of x here and put a dx. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and write again here. So x plus sine pi of x minus x squared minus 2x, and then say dx. Oops, sorry. And then if I punch all of this in my calculator, I'm going to get 7.70. Okay. Part C, write but do not evaluate an integral expression for the volume of the solid generated when the region R is rotated about the horizontal line y is equal to -2. Okay. So in this case, we're not rotating along the when x is equal to 0. In fact, we're um, rotating when the line is equal to y is equal to -2. So I'll go ahead and try to explain this. So imagine like if we have some sort of like a line here, okay? And what we're trying to do is like we're trying to like rotate whatever this thing here, this shaded region here, like this. And notice like there's like this amount of empty space here, right? And also this amount of empty space as well. So how are we going to do that? Well, since we have that the horizontal line of y is equal to -2, I need to make sure and add the 2 to each of the f of x and the g of x. So since we have that situation right now, I'm going to go ahead and clear my annotations here. What the important thing here is, it's not the height is not going to be, sorry, the radius is not going to be simply, g of x squared minus, and then f of x squared. What do you think we have to do with the radius? Because in the volume dishwasher method, the formula is v is equal to pi, an integral of r of x squared dx, right? We need to set up what the correct form of r of x in this case is here, right? So we know that obviously we need to put the pi in front, and we're rotating from 0 to 3. And obviously it's going to be taking the two differences. But what goes inside here? Is it just going to be only g of x and f of x here, or do I need to add or subtract something here? Well, since we're revolving around when y is equal to -2, we're going to have to add the 2 here. Okay. And all you got to do is simply just substitute the g of x here, so x plus sine pi x plus 2, and then subtract x squared minus 2x plus 2, and then square that, then say dx. Okay? All right, moving on to part B. Oh, sorry. Moving on to part 2D. It can be shown that g prime of x is equal to 1 plus pi cosine of pi x. Find the value of x for x is greater than 0 and less than 1, at which the line tangent to the graph of f is parallel to the line tangent to the graph of g. So when you say, so if you look at this graph here from 0 to 1, when I say parallel, it means that the uh, slope of the two graphs have to equal to each other. So in other words, just go ahead and write 2D here. The g prime of x has to equal f prime of x. Okay, because we want to indicate that the two slopes are parallel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the derivative of f of x. So we know that f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x. F prime of x is equal to 2x minus 2. And we're given the g prime of x, which is equal to 1 plus pi cosine of pi x. Okay. And you might want to say, definitely don't forget to write this down. And if I set this equal to each other, 2x minus 2 is equal to 1 plus pi cosine of pi x, and punch this in your calculator, and I get a value of x is equal to 0.676. Okay?